Hey, we're doing a property walkthrough. I'm Ronald Paulius. I was a school bus driver in 2023 and a high school teacher in 24. And now I'm a real estate investor. And so I'm super excited, super awesome. Reason I want to go through these walkthroughs is because a year ago, I never thought I'd be here. Never thought I'd be owning all these rentals. I'm at 3 now. By the time this drops, I'll have my 4th one. And I'm just so excited, so thankful. And it's only because I started to take action. While you're on YouTube land, that's where I was enrolled in for a very long time. I'm still enrolled, just part-time. But on YouTube land, you get so much information. And what you need to do is just take action. What happens is you get analysis paralysis because you're getting all this information and this content creator is saying this and that one's saying that and this one's got this new strategy. And the reality is you just need to take action on the boring stuff. Let me share with you how I got this deal. I came up to the door, knocked it, no one answered, and I left a paper plate. I have some in my car now. These are leads that I got directly from county. Everyone's like, where do you get your leads and how? Directly from the county. High status, a lot of problems, indicating because this particular deal had a foreclosure that was pending on it. And so the lender was taking back the collateral, right? He was gonna sell the house to get back the money this lender or this borrower defaulted on. And so I came up and said, hey, I can help. He wasn't here. And so she called me back later. And I said, hey, yeah, I was just there and I can help. And we played this game, it's a fishing game. So this is an interesting deal because we had a conversation, I walked it, and the person said to me, she said, yeah, you know, I want a certain amount. I think it was 85 or 90. I think it was around 90. And I said, there's no way I can do that. A lot of people get choked up when they hear that offer or the asking the seller wants, and they're, no, they're fishing. They're trying to see where you're at. Okay, can I get them at 90? No. I told them, no way I can be near that number. What he was doing was, he was looking at other houses on the same block and said, that one sold for such and such, that one sold for such and such, that one sold for such and such. So I went home, did my homework, we met again, and I said, that one that just sold, that's actually 400 something square feet more than this current property. So that actually changes the dollar per square foot. And so I said, I have to be around, I think I anchored him at 50. We ended up settling at 65. So I bought this for 65,000. Let's do a walkthrough. My rehab that I was hoping to be in on was 30. So I wanted to be at 30. So my all-in cost would have been around 98 or so after closing costs and fees I paid. So 65K purchase and a 30-something K rehab. That was the plan, at least. So let's do this walkthrough. Got flooring in, a Home Depot brand that I really like. There's actually some extra here. It's called Life Proof. I think it's a little bit better than LVP from like Lowe's brand. It's something I'd put in my house. That's how much of a good quality it is. Because I want my rentals, when you're doing a rehab, a lot of landlords just want to skip by and do as cheap as possible and save this and save that. Things that aren't really worth saving. What I like to do is fix everything that needs fixed, save everything that can be saved or redone, and just go high end. Because if I could change a water heater, if I could change the HVAC system while it's like this, no one's in it, then that helps me in the long run because my renter who gets in next month doesn't have to say, hey, the water heater already ran out, right? It's brand new. All things should be working. So we got new flooring in here. There'll probably be some before and after B-roll of what this place looked like on when I first acquired it. There was a bunch of roaches, got it bombed. This is where my goal, here's a pro tip, my goal on cabinets is to save as many as I can. If I can save it, remodel, repaint it, brush it down, sand it down, make it look really nice. Because a lot of times you don't need to change the cabinets. But in this situation, here's a question for you. What was changed and what was kept? Can you tell? Give you 2 seconds, 3 seconds. What was changed? What was kept? You can't even tell. I actually ended up replacing the whole bottom because it was horrible. It was actually really, really bad. The top I ended up keeping, and my contractor's actually out there working now. We'll get to that problem here in a little bit. But my contractor ended up painting it, sanding it down, making it look really nice. I really like this blue color. This is a Stardew from Sherwin-Williams. It's a blue, gray kind of like color. Really like it. Got my sister actually holding the phone for me, and she's a great camera woman. She likes the color too. Really wanted to brighten up this place. This actually just had one light here, and I think this actually had no lights here in the living room. So we ended up getting can lights just to brighten this bad boy up. I like my rentals bright. I want people to come in here, and I want this kitchen to pop, I want the living room to pop, and I want them to see what they're getting, as opposed to it being dark and shady. Like, no, let's brighten it up. It doesn't hurt to have a lot of light. So anyways, this random bookshelf was here, so we painted it and kept it, and now we got more storage space. So quick walkthrough of the bathroom, painted that, kept the bathroom, and this towel was actually a really nice one. So we just kept it, gonna do a cleaning on this. Got a new mirror, cabinets. These we ended up keeping, and I'm seeing there's a whole bunch of stuff here that still needs to be put in. So yeah, I did the flooring on this, boom, new fan. Man, these places are just horrendous. I need to get a new doorknob for that. Just realized I need a new privacy doorknob for these. Not privacy, closet doorknobs. Those should be coming in today. But the big thing I want you to take away from this is I literally got this deal off of a door knock. I door knocked it, had a conversation, left a paper plate. They called back, said I could help. They liked that I could help, and we got it done. Got siding on this, change, and this didn't have an entrance, so got that in. But the numbers, like I originally told you, was 65K purchase, 30K rehab. Now this is vital, okay? Now look at my calculator. So this house, I got an appraiser coming on Tuesday to appraise the house, see the value of the house compared to other houses in the area, so that I can get an appraised value that I can bring to a lender and say, hey, this house is worth this much. Would you refinance me, because I have hard money on this, refinance me at 75%. That's what lenders usually do a cash out refinance at. Meaning at the end of a refinance, whatever's left, you get the cash out, okay? So I think this can appraise for $170,000. Now you do this is for acquisition, okay? This is why it's so vital to stick to your numbers. Do 75%, 25% is because, remember, they're cashing out on a refinance of 75. So 75%, that leaves you at 127. Now you deduct your rehab, your renovation value from this. So I was thinking I was gonna be all in at 30, boom, 97. You know what that means? That means I could purchase this at $97,000 and still be good on the back end refinance wise. But that's only if your numbers stay tight. You've been following along though, and you realize I actually have a spread of $32,000 on the back end that I might be cashing out, meaning net in my pocket, like a fish net. You put the fish in, you catch the fish, and the net comes up, and that's all the fish you can walk away with. Net, not just gross, net. And so $32,000. Now I have spent so far this amount, $32,315.81. So I'm already over budget. Now, here's the good thing that's happening. Come on over here. So we got a problem. So the plumbing is, the cast iron is busted out. So come check this out. So right here, it is all broke on. So let's go back to the front and talk about this. So a lot of things happen on renovations that you can't plan for. That's one of them. Actually, not. So I didn't have a snake. I didn't have this snake. I told my contractor, we're gonna have to start snaking houses because I should have purchased this at 55. Now, it is good to know that I actually couldn't because the payoff came out around 60 anyways, so there wasn't much spread on the acquisition side. It's so vital you stick to numbers because if everything goes right, you could still be over budget because a refinance takes longer than you expected. You gotta pay more fees. Holding costs accrues 1 month longer than you expect. And so you're over on the holding side. Plumbing is not what you expect. Plumbing was working when I purchased it until things started to clog up right before closing. And then my contractors went digging and here we go. We got probably a $3,000, $5,000, could be $10,000 blow up. But because I bought deeper than I needed to, I have more spread. And so what do you do when something goes wrong on a renovation? There's not much. That's why you make your money when you buy, not when you sell. And so I'm pretty confident on this one. I'm still gonna be able to rent it, still gonna be able to get a good cash out refinance. Even if my appraised value comes $10,000 or $15,000 lower, I'll still be walking away with something. And that's because I bought it deeper. And that's the power of being direct to seller, meaning you're the one negotiating, you're the one having the conversations with the seller, you're the one working out the numbers, you're not going elsewhere. The other good thing is, or you're not getting your leads from someone else, you're getting them yourself. The other amazing thing is that since I'm keeping this as a rental, I don't have to be even more conservative than a fix and flipper, because a fix and flipper will put in their money and try to get top dollar on market. And there's only so much they can move on because they're paying agents, closing costs twice, and all things associated with that. Since I'm holding this, I can sit on this bad boy. The good thing is my renter will pay down my debt. It will appreciate. The house will go up in value, meaning if I get 170, in 5 years, it might be worth 190, 200. It'll go up in value. Debt will go down. I'll still get my cash flow, but the numbers on this, I don't know what I'll be netting yet. But it's a slow game. Rentals are a get rich slowly game. But with the rental, now I can leverage so many things. Again, 3 years ago, I was a school bus driver, high school teacher. Now I'm a real estate investor. And it's all because I was in the right rooms. I'm in the sub-2 community, networking, connecting with people, learning, but not just learning, I was actually taking action. So what can your life look like in 7 months if you just purely took action on the information you already knew? Because the reality is action produces clarity. It's when you start taking action that things get clearer and you realize, oh, yeah, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to adjust. Now I know I need to start having my contractor snake lines, because that cast iron, it got me. It really got me. But thankfully I bought deep enough. So build a life worth living, brick by brick, take action, do hard things, and realize that consistency beats intensity. And in a year, you can have 3-4 rentals and it can make all the difference in your life. Ava, would you come tell the people hi? Come here. We did a walkthrough in this and she really liked my cabinets. She was in the living room, dancing and walking. I think she likes the color. Anyways, build a life worth living and do it brick by brick.